Election Day American Middle by Bird Dog Perry. Chapter 1. It was unseasonably warm for the first week of November. In the Northwoods, Halloween costumes are bought to fit over snowsuits. Today, though, the temperature was closer to 60 than 30. It was a welcome change. The entire elementary school emptied onto the playground to celebrate the weather. The 8th grade class at American Middle School was outside for PE at the end of the day. At the end of Monday's class, George A.D. Red told the kids that in honor of Election Day, his students would be allowed to vote on the game that they played in class on Tuesday. "We have school on Election Day? I thought we got it off," the new kid said. "No, stupid, we have school. Election Day isn't a holiday in our country," Red's nephew replied. Big Red was the leader of American Middle School. His size matched his athletic ability, and he was less than a year away from starting at Sam on the varsity football team. He'd get reps at running back as well, tallying 600 rushing yards and 3 TDs. The rest of the class ignored the comment, not willing to take on Big Red for the sake of the new kid. A.D. made a mental note to talk to his nephew after class. "Doesn't that give an advantage to the unemployed? They have all day to vote and working people don't. If I was running an election, I'd want working Americans to have the same free day to vote," Jasmine said. "Voting takes 5 minutes," Raphael said. "Not in the cities with the unemployed people," she replied. "You remember, you call them lazy takers and ignore the fact that we have unemployed people here in the Northwoods? Or is it better because they're disabled, not unemployed? Their monthly stimulus is different. It would just make sense to make it a national holiday so that hardworking American patriots can vote without worrying about their work schedule." A.D. loved when the dumbass boys got put in their place by these girls. If their parents wouldn't instill common sense, dignity, and an appreciation for intelligence, then he'd let Jasmine do it for him. Jasmine knew her shit and was plenty willing to speak truth to power. A.D. had taken his family to the high ropes course at Camp Nesbitt near Bruce Crossing, Michigan, where Congressman Jack Bergman is from. The boys cried through the whole course, while his nieces were champions. It was a sad day for a man like A.D. He was old school and competitive. If you couldn't hang, then you couldn't hang. Step aside, he'd thought. Raphael was a chud. You know the type, as Jay-Z would say. "We have school on Election Day and we're playing football. Reds versus everybody, but we get Barry and you get doofus Eric," Big said. "Hey," whined Eric Red. "No dice," Barry replied. "You QB the Cousins team. I'll QB the others." "But you're going to be my wideout one." "I didn't consent to that, bud." The PE students marched back to the locker room, waving at the elementary students who were screaming at them from the playground. Younger siblings rushed the fence to try to touch their older siblings. Cousins waved to one another. American Middle School was on the top floor of the building. American High took up the first and second floors. The elementary school was connected to the high school through the gyms and cafeteria. Trophy cases lined the halls between the gyms, celebrating numerous championships for the proud school. A.D.'s football, basketball, and track team trophies could be found in the Gen X case under a portrait of his old man. His father, Pops Red, was a Hall of Fame football coach and a pillar of the community. He had coached many of the championship teams across football, track, and boys basketball. The football field had its name changed from American Field to Red Field. The basketball court was soon to follow. In the locker room, Lil Marco asked his classmates to tie his shoes, while Gates tried to show kid content to his classmates. Gates was a disgusting specimen who never learned about privacy or consent. He'd talk about grabbing the girls' butts or staring down their shirts. He offered to pay girls for meets. He worked to get drugs and alcohol for his first hookup so that she'd have lower inhibitions and not shoot him down when she met him in person. He just had that effect on people. His face was serpentine with odd brows and pinched features. Everyone expected Gates to be the first one arrested. Fortunately, the other boys knew the truth about content on one's phone and looking at content on anyone's devices. If the child is a minor, it's illegal. even if you're a minor yourself. After the bell rang, Doofus Eric approached his teacher and uncle to tattle on Big. AD reminded him about sticks and stones. It was a higher priority to address Big about his prejudice. When he found Big, he also found his nephews JR, Junior, and Supreme. Cut the crap, kid. What? The new kid is stupid and ugly. And gross and inherently dumb, Supreme said. You haven't even given him a chance yet. What if he could help the team? Or are you scared? AD chided. Aw, hell no, Unc. He is not on my football team. He's not from here, Big replied. That's soft, kid, AD said. He paused to collect his thoughts before he lit this underachiever up. You can handle a little bit of competition. You're Big Red. Stand up tall, be proud of yourself and fearless. If you're better than him, you'll win. If he's better than you, I'll cheat. He's not beating me at anything. Cut the crap, kid. That's pathetic. Take your wins like a man and your losses like a man. Punching down is for cucks and losers. The new kid has nothing. You have plenty. Act like it. AD had said all that he could say to his nephews. Next, he'd have to text his brother, who was a win-at-all-costs types of guy. Perfect for selling cars and continuing Dad's Friday Night Lights legacy. Pops Red had become a local celebrity after winning 7 straight state championships in the early 90s. AD was the star running back on 2 of those teams, and his brother's quarterbacked the other 5. All 3 boys played football in the GLIAC, Grand Valley, NMU, and Michigan Tech, and 2 had earned their degrees. Hey, bro, I needed to let you know that your baby boy is being a little bit of a pansy. Seems like he's scared of the new kid. The voicemail was short and to the point, but AD needed to say it out loud instead of texting it so that his brother would hear the playfulness in his tone. Wheeler Red was far too easy on his son, AD thought. Big's leadership was so genuine and natural, but he was directionless and just craved attention. His mom was absent, having gone haywire and taken off with a contractor from Green Bay. She posted about her son as often as possible, liking and commenting on his accomplishments from afar. Wheeler was always at the dealership or with the football coordinators, never at home for dinner. He had bought into the hustle culture, telling himself that all of the time he spent away from Big would pay off in the end. Working overtime was a badge of honor, even if he didn't earn overtime pay. He made it to every baseball game, though, so he forgave himself for the time away. Big was so pissed at his uncle that he skipped practice and told his cousins to do the same. They were the equipment managers for the varsity football team. Maybe Wheeler would miss his son as manager this afternoon. He didn't seem to miss Big as his son on any afternoon. From the back seats of the bus, they devised a game plan. Uncle be looking at his phone for most of the game, trying to get refs for Friday night. Anytime the new kid is near the ball, hit him. If the new kid has the ball, tackle him. If you have the ball, run at the new kid and try to truck him. Got it? And while they're down, give them the old leg drop, Supreme said. His fantasies were out there. Shut up, wrestling loser. This is football, a real sport. Wrestling's fake. It's sweaty dudes hugging each other. Only idiots watch that crap, Big said. It's kayfabe. There's a difference. And I read a bias-confirming stat that wrestling fans have the highest IQ of any fan base, Supreme said. Shut up! The chorus of Big, JR, and Junior finally silenced Supreme, but drew the ire of the bus driver. What are you boys yelling about? Keep it quiet on the bus. Don't make me talk to your aunt or uncle. Yes, sir, they mumbled. I'll be QB. Junior, you'll be the X-receiver. JR, my running back. Big's demands recorded. He turned his attention to his classmates. Hey, Raphael, your mom is too fat to make content, and you're voting for football tomorrow. Thanks. Big Red, you're so nasty for saying that about my mama. But you're right. I'll vote for football, and not just because you asked me to. It's what I wanted to vote for. Raphael lied. He'd been an American patriot for about 5 minutes longer than the new kid. Came down from Canada, eh? But he made sure to punch down whenever possible. He completely failed to stand up for himself in the face of anyone else, though. He made empty promises and threats as a matter of survival. No one really liked him. I think that the girls want to play soccer. B was trying to talk to a bunch of our classmates on the way out of class. Nobody cares what the girls want. I want to play football. We're going to play football.